Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening. How is everyone doing? We are picking up this match here at 3-2. Fonseca up a break. Please drop a comment to let me know that you are here, you are with me, who you're rooting for. Perfect. Yeah, Mike, if you're still with me, that's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of, this is such a difficult draw. That's just how tennis is sometimes. But, for Elmer Møller, picking up a challenger title, just a day later playing in the qualies in Madrid at altitude, destroys Bosfaretti, and then takes down, another player who's right on that cusp in Camille Majak. And that was obviously a difficult match. And then, you make it to your first main draw, ATP main draw, and you get, the young and talented with the bright future, Joao Fonseca. So it is difficult, But he'll have his opportunities as Fonseca tees off on a forehand down the line that catches the outside of the paint. As they show us on the forehand side so far, 81 mile an hour forehand Fonseca, 75 mile an hour backhand. Talk about the amazing backhand that Elmer Møller has. It's definitely, a big talking point. And yeah, I mean, it can really rip, especially in this altitude. So it's a huge opportunity. Another match I'm keeping an eye out on is Matteo Arnaldi and Borna Koric in a battle. 3-all in the third set, and Arnaldi holds for 4-3. Look at how high that kick gets for Fonseca. That backhand is just long, so it's 30-all. But, some players, it's definitely always, a great opportunity just to hear players talk about, thoughts going on through their head during matches or, what's going on against certain opponents. And it was Ethan Quinn who I was listening to recently talk about, playing Fonseca, how big that second serve is. Just like hits it big, so much kick. I mean, that's insane. Muller's able to control that somehow. He's on top of the rally. Yeah, running forehand. And it's a backhand pass that just goes wide. Wow. Would have given Elmer Møller a break point. Just misses it wide on the pass. Backhand pass that was. How's everyone doing today? Any Madrid predictions? Fonseca with a good +1 back behind Møller, and he holds for 4-2. Yeah, Fonseca's already clicking. Taking a lot of time off. Went back to Rio after Miami. Had a huge training block, as a lot of these guys do. Didn't feel the need to play any other events. Let's see. Let's check in on a live scoreboard here. Did Struff get it done? Struff gets it done via a Botic retirement. And Cam Norrie gets it done over, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but Martin Landaluch from Spain, where he had looks. There's been a lot going on. I was tuned into the Iga Yala match, so I haven't fully caught up, but was it match points? 1 match point on return for Landaluch in the second set. Doesn't get it done. And he comes through in 3. That's what we got to do, Ghosty. That's what we got to do. As a little opening here for Fonseca, 1530. Good serve there from Møller to even it at 30 all. Yeah, you just feel like he's playing a little bit of catch up today. Not only physically. I mean, dating back to his run in Orish, that's probably 4, 5, 8th match in probably 10 days. I'll take a look after the break, but, legs have to be heavy. Just such a compact backhand. Slides really well on this clay, too. Looks to stay in live, but unfortunately, you're just playing like a hitting clinic at that point. Breakpoint for Fonseca. Yeah, the grip is definitely interesting, Ghosty. That is a good point. Jeez, the forehand just rifles. I'll show you, sits into the open stance forehand. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to look after this game. How many? Oh, whatever. I'll just take a look now. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of run for him. But, you got some points, so take what you can get. This is 8th match in 9 days. Yeah. Talene, thanks for joining us. If you have not, please do hit that like and subscribe button. What's the logo? I don't know. I'll have to take a closer look, but just the movement is so clean for Møller. Really playing angles so well, despite being down to take point. As Arnaldi has break point and converts it. So Arnaldi is going to serve for the match there against Courage. We are here with another Fonseca break point now. He's just kind of teeing up on that return. Yeah, Arnaldi probably should, but see if he gets it done. Fonseca backhand cross court, overplays that third backhand. Not easy to hang with the Møller backhand, of course. Danish delivery driver with the kit. Very wiry Uh, Tough miss there for Mueller. Had an open stance backhand, probably around the service line. Tried to flatten it out. Didn't need to be perfect. Now Fonseca's got Mueller on the move. Overplays the inside out forehand. I mean, it has to be hard for a player with so much power not to, just try and find that controlled aggression kind of line. But it comes and goes, especially in the altitude. So back to deuce here. Yeah, I mean the serve. I don't think the serve is really bad. Definitely not super quick, but I just think there's got to be a physical toll at some point. He's hanging in this game, but not very fun as he's just sliding horizontally, trying to keep the point alive. First on commercial there, Super Dave. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Jeez, when Mueller has some time on that backhand wing, that thing just goes. And like an interesting take back on the forehand side too. I mean, once again, it doesn't feel like he's like playing badly at all. As there are, of course, some Brazilians in the crowd. So, yeah, with the double break, he's going to serve for the first set, 5-2. I think these conditions are perfect for Fonseca. High bouncing clay, just like beautiful opportunity for these big ball strikers. Yeah, I think they got to be. I think they got to be. Like good use of the accent there. Where are you joining us from, Mike? In the States, in Europe? As we got a break point, Arnaldi trying to serve out the match, 5-3, 30-40. Missed the first serve. Not a lot of space behind these baselines on the side courts. And Coric breaks. So we're playing some more tennis there. Denmark, awesome. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Extended rally, and Møller absolutely dominates. It does look a lot like Juventus. You're right. Very quiet and composed player. And his timing is really off the charts. Wow. All right. That serve is just unfair. As Fonseca misses the overhead that he rushed. That serve is unfair. That kick took Møller, I don't know what people use, but probably like 20 feet outside the typical return spot. Love 30 here as Fonseca is trying to serve out the set. And Muller's handling the power perfectly. It's about, is Joao going to hit a winner or is he going to miss long? Yeah, a little bit of Umber. That's why I say, like, I kind of use that term like wiry. I think of it kind of in the center way, where his body is a little bit, um, just like a little bit thinner, lanky type of player. And the take back just looks a little interesting given that. But no, Fonseca fires away here. 40-30. Oh, really, Mike? Well, awesome. Awesome. I mean, this is a kind of remember the name type of situation because, yeah, thank you, see. He's done awesome on the Challenger Tour, especially on the clay. Just like a very, very tough out. And yeah, this is his first main draw appearance. So, I mean, it definitely makes sense. But totally deserving to be in this position and likely continue to move up. All right, another set point here for Fonseca. She's just using that quick serve beautifully. And Møller just misses that return wide. So Fonseca takes the first set, feels handily. There's some good exchanges in there, but, Fonseca just kind of overpowering. So, honestly, yeah. Hopefully, talking tennis, puts him on the map even more. So Koric actually ends up holding for 5-all. So we got a match there. And Garon and Tien have got underway. Oh wow. Okay, handball's big out there. Didn't know that. And water sports, cool. So is that like water polo or is that more like diving and swimming? Swimming, boating. Yeah. There's I think there's like the situation is pretty telling. Fonseca having 3 weeks of rest, training block, and Elmer Møller playing his 8th match in 9 days. I am. Ego is supposed to be straight sets. Swimming and boating. Okay. Boating. Boating, like boat racing. What types of boats they got out there? Nerlon, what's going on? You're tuning in late today. Were you watching the Iga stream at all? It was a grind. You got through it. All right. Second set is about to start. And is Madison Keys getting underway? Yep. Bronzetti Keys just got underway. Lerner Tien and Garon in a good deuce battle to start. And Arnaldi on his way to holding serve. Right. Tennis halls. Is that a term for courts and that such? Yeah, I think Keys does have the game to do well. Bronzetti with that upset over Osaka. She's a fighter. Yeah, I just feel like anytime Fonseca's pulled outside the lines on the forehand side, you just know he's going to go for a flat forehand down the line and try and hit a winner. That time he misses it by about a ball and a half. Wow, okay. Cool. Sailing, kayaks, all the above. So you had to be happy. Did you watch the Barcelona final, Mike? I think Holger Rune is back. He's good on all surfaces, but on clay, man, he just has so much ability. Always fun to watch. And his game's clicking. He is a tough out. Okay. So would a hall be indoor, outdoor court, or courts in general? And Elmer Møller gets a good hold. Yeah, first set. Showing us some stats. 16 unforced errors for each. Fonseca had 7 forehand winners and looked at 11 break points, only taking 2 of them. Elmer did not get a look at a break point. And Fonseca really cruising on that first serve percentage, 85%. I think he's trying to kick in a lot of those serves, especially on the ad side. So that's obviously jacking up his percentages a good bit, winning 62% of his first serve points. And he starts off this game with what looked like, yeah, it was an ace. Or is it a let? Møller wasn't quite sure. Thinks it's a let. And now the chair is on his radio. This is interesting. All right, play continues. Normally you have to. Okay, so it is an indoor arena, a tennis hall, and kind of like an all-around sports court situation, if I'm understanding it correctly. Handball being a bigger sport. Go see. I'm going to look into that. I don't know about the grip yet. He kind of has a very loose grip because he is probably looking to run around, forehands more or less, middle of the court backhand. Let's see. Just some huge serving for Fonseca today. Let's see who came out in that deuce battle between Tien and Garon. It was Marcus Garon who held. And Bronzetti with an early break against Madison Keys. So 2-love there. And Gort serving to stay in the match at 5-6. So I think we'll get a chance to see how good Elmer's feeling physically at this point. Nerlon, my answer is I definitely wouldn't go into the restaurant business. I don't think that yields as much. The market, that's a different story. Yeah, indoor hall. Okay. Sean, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. How are you today? God. Full Western Chris are ugly to me, but some players pull them off. Yeah, they are ugly. I don't know how these guys do that, especially with the pace of play now. Like, I just don't really know how you can like pick up some of these shots. But they're professionals and not me. Juka, what's going on? Thanks for joining. If you have not, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And you're thinking about the next match, which will follow after Koric, Arnaldi. My prediction, getting free predictions out here. I'll tell you after this game as Fonseca puts a 30-all return into the middle of the net. And we got deuce here with Koric looking to stay in the match. Big serve from Møller as he looks to line up the backhand down the line. And he's looking at his box, just like frustrated. Like, is this how it's going to be today? You know, typically shots that do go for him. Good serve wide. Follows it with a forehand down the line, +1. Beautiful, beautiful combination. Big kick off the paint. Elmer's really good at creating angles off this slice. Fonseca does enjoy doing the slice. Doesn't necessarily put it to the best places. And Møller's able to create a lot of angle and shape off that forehand wing. And Fonseca tries to hit a winner down the line, and it goes wide. So Møller holds for 2-1. As I am watching a Arnaldi match point, and he gets it done. Sinner-esque celebration. 7-5. All right. Juka, you still here with me? I'll give you a little preview there. I think it has to be Greek Sport. Likely in straight sets. I think the serve's going to be able to dominate. The +1 is obviously big for him in his game. At altitude, that's going to work well for him. Koprova, a little bit more of a grinder. But would probably prefer a little bit slower conditions, but he managed to play his preferred surface. Always likes to grind out, and who knows? But I do think it is Greek sport in straights there. Lexi, thanks for tuning in again. Yes, Kopriva does have 6 challenger titles. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all on clay. Ghosty, are you on the Fonseca hype train? You guess so. Well, I'm not going to give you much more time to make a decision, Ghosty, because the train's leaving. Totally. I agree with that take. Yeah, and so is the Ethan Quinn train. That's also departing. Yeah, I love Tien. Super fun watch. Super tactical player. Very consistent. And I am going to throw that match on the side. Garon on clay, you don't really know what you're going to get. But at altitude, he's got some options. And he's got the early break. Probably a little bit of the case of the don't breaks there for Tien after not getting a break in the first game. But here we are. 15 all. Fonseca still just going for it on this forehand wing. No really thought process at all. Anytime he gets a high bouncing forehand, he is teeing off. Ghosty, love it. All right, are you gonna get on the Ethan Quinn one though with me, Ghosty, as an American, a fellow American? But here we go, little opening. I love the Fonseca camp, all wearing the red hats. Always positive. But anyway, double fault brings up 1530. Power for power here. Møller going cross court. Now opens up to the backhand wing. A little bit of a backhand battle. Møller just overhits it. I like that much. 30 all. Another big point, pressure point. Fonseca still yet to face a break point in this match. Can he keep up the trend? And he just misses that return long. So 40-30 Fonseca. And Møller goes forehand into the middle of the net. So 2 all. Jake, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Super Dave, you're on the train. Are you talking about Fonseca being rune level at the moment? Quinn is giving you some Corda vibes. Interesting comp. Tell me more about Corda vibes as in, I don't know, disposition, mental, ground game. I think Corda has one of the cleaner ground games in the sport. Just such a clean ball striker. I have not seen the Alcaraz Netflix special yet. Looking forward to watching it though. Yeah, Ghost, it's out. It's out, man. Cheeky little cat and mouse for Fonseca. Go see. I don't know. I don't have the volume on. And I took Spanish back in the day, but I can't tell you Portuguese. Yeah, I mean, I like the color coordination of the on kit at least. Yeah, I mean, Møller's kind of like, ugh, I'm not really in the mood to do this. That's just how it looks to me. Frustrated, has no time on the ball. Gonna lose that forehand to forehand battle more times than not. Here he goes, kicks an ad side serve, misses the forehand long. And is feeling some frustration, fatigue. But, you don't pick your draw. You have to just take what you get. Had a good few days. A lot of positives to take away. 2 break points here. Wow, what a beautiful forehand to stay in the point, but then a little forehand chip drop shot that Møller is about 25 feet from. Yeah, Ghost. He made that look easy. It's a very difficult shot. And he breaks for 3-2. Lexi, you do like Corday and Shelton. How come you like them? Corday's very quiet, relaxed, not super emotional. But obviously, like I said, I respect his game. It's great for hard courts. I still feel like there's a lot of untapped potential there. Has to come together, though. TN now has a game point. Trailing love 3, but 40-30. Let's check in on Madison Keys. All right. Fire and Ice, great combination. I agree. I love that. I really like Mickelson too. He's very positive, no matter the situation. Nerlon, I have no clue. Yeah, me and Fergus, there's a good combination there. We work well together, play off each other well as we continue to get to know each other better. Yeah, he did have a modeling shoot. They're paying him good bucks, might as well take the opportunity. Oh, that's just beautiful. Cross court kind of pickup for Fonseca, where it's just all racket head acceleration to create that pace and spin. Oh, I was going to check on Madison Keys. All right. Keys got a break back, and we got 3-3, 30 all on serve. Bronzetti. Beautiful backhand winner. Beautiful. BHDTL. Backhand down the line. Hit it at 150 kilometers. I can't do that conversion, but I assume it's somewhere in the low 80s. I am 8 miles per hour type of guy. And now a stunning forehand cross-court winner. Yeah, Super Davis. The backhand is crazy. That's kind of why I want people to be here. But yeah, the Western grip. Yeah, now you can really see it on that zoom in of the cross-court winner. Yeah, still yet to see a break point, Mike. Need one. And he's going to take a look at a second serve. And it's more of the same. 3 straight beautiful returns for Møller. Apostle Sissipas is on site watching this match. Love it. And a Fonseca ace down the tee to weather that storm. Still no break points. Is he going to get away with this? Fonseca's not going to have to face a break. Tien is just grinding out here, man. Møller guesses right. And the volley is just overcooked. Fonseca had a middle of the court kind of smash there. Did let it bounce, and Møller guessed right, and just a beautiful backhand to make it difficult. Yeah, definitely interested to see what happens, Super Dave. You know, we heard about the news with the link up with Goran Ivanisevic, and then we're hearing like, oh, the parents are getting involved again as Fonseca slaps a forehand winner. Damien probably watched the first set and said, I'm good. I'm good today. There's better matches for me. Let's see what's going on in the Chally Tour right now. Yeah, the return of Faguno Bagnis. He's definitely keeping an eye on that one. Watching Merkel Delian rip it up. Much improved Delian brother. The need for speed. Average speeds at 18 years old. They're showing us Sinner, Alcaraz. Fonseca's first serve is bigger than both of theirs at 123. And the forehand, 83. Wow. All right. Would you rather have an awesome backhand or forehand? For me, it's the forehand. But, you know, to each their own. Oh, we got a visitor, people. From the modeling shoot, he has arrived. The one and only Fergus Gavin. Welcome to the chat, mate. Unmute your mic.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad to be back. Run me has this been last time I checked the score was it was 2-1 Fonseca, but obviously now it's 4-2.
Yeah.
Fonseca's got the break. Well,
it's a little bit of a washout here. But we've had some fun, some big rips from both players, and the Møller backhand is still on full display.
Yeah,
Hasn't gotten to look at a break point, which is
yeah, I did see that, which
the
is
sad part of the match. But
you kind of hope, especially on these sorts of like, especially it doesn't matter as fast as as fast as these are about as fast as clay courts come in Madrid. You don't really get any faster, and not being able to look at a break point is a bit disappointing. But Fonseca's just got that big game. Sorry, I'm just reading into the chat now.
I like this comment.
Ghosty, I'm just here to entertain you, really. Just here to entertain you, Ghosty.
Are you Sinner's brother, Fergus? You could
I'm
be.
not.
You're a distant relative.
Can you imagine the insight I could give onto the Sinner case if I was working for these guys and I was Sinner's brother? That'd be crazy. But
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Giron up looks like it could be 5-love on Tien. I mean, Tien's obviously not very experienced on the clay, but
Yeah, it's been a bunch of kind of deuce battles, and Garon is winning them. Is how it's been so far.
Trying to follow that Nori match whilst I was out was actually the worst.
Was that crazy? Because I wasn't doing a good job of it, but I saw
Nori was 7-6, 3-love, 15-30 down, and somehow won. I don't understand how he won. He didn't play. Landelus actually, he struggled with nerves throughout the match, to be honest. Like, it looked like from the start, double faults were a big issue for him.
I think that's like a reality, stepping on the big stage in your home country.
Yeah.
But he is also like, a promised young talent, and
Absolutely.
he's still young.
He's still 19. Like, I have no doubts that he'll eventually come out. What a much needed win for Jarry against someone that can actually pose a lot of issues on a clay court.
Right. Just like not giving you much rhythm.
Yeah.
And that's like something that Jarry likes. But, altitude clay, that's kind of like exactly what you want if you're Jarry.
Yeah. And he needs to pick up some points because he's got so many to defend in the next 2 weeks.
Let's see who his next opponent would be. So
I'm not sure.
Does he have a chance to go back-to-back wins for the first time in what feels like all season?
Whoa, huge return from Møller. And here we go. Here's a chance. Here's a chance to get us back on serve in this second set. Love 30. Return quality in the last 4 games, 9.8 from Møller.
Insane. On the charts. Taking big hacks. Despite that, no breakpoint look. Because he did that from love 40 down.
He's going to be upset. It seems like Fonseca's like spamming the kick serve. Like,
just spamming it.
Yeah, just completely not giving anything apart from that kick serve. Because it's so much bounce on this sort of surface.
Right. It was a quick first set, obviously, given the scoreline, but he served 85% of his first serves in, and I was telling the people the reason why it was so high is because that's what he was doing, just kicking in a first serve.
He's just kicking in his first serves. Like, he's just landing it on the service line, kicking it. If he lands on that service line again, it's just going to have even more kick. It's ridiculous.
Ghosty, I think we're fine in the TN camp. It's been a competitive battle. First set's likely a wash. One at a time. And Fonseca doing more of the same. Like, Møller gets his looks, love 30, and just can't get to that break point.
It's going to be one of those games that, Fonseca comes through and Müller's really disappointed and then goes on to... And I wouldn't be surprised if Fonseca closes it out here at 6-3. Because, had that chance at love 30 and now it's been snatched away from him by 4 kick serves in a row. And, it's going to be tough for him to mentally regroup. Did anyone have Fonseca winning this tournament? Because I feel like someone definitely did. But...
No, I mean, I was talking about it. I'm like, he can win this. He would go up against Draper if he did go all the way, right? In that quarterfinal.
Yeah, fourth round he'd have Draper if he did make it there. Draper's got to make it past Great Sport or
right.
Or I can't. Is it Kopriv?
Yeah, he's playing Kopriva.
Yeah.
I don't think that will be close.
No, that's today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's happening probably right now.
Yeah.
And Fonseca holds for 5-3, by the way.
Yeah. I was out, unfortunately, and I had no idea when I was going to get back. This is like the 5th time I've been asked this question in the last 2 hours. So I was hoping to join for the first set, but then I had to shift some things around. But yeah, I was trying to follow it, and I saw there was a time where Iala was 5-2 up, and I was like, no way, this is a repeat, and this is going to be crazy. But yeah. Very rarely, but I have gone by Gus before. Very rarely. But when I was a lot younger, I used to go by. People would call me Gus. Not that I liked it, but people would just do it anyway. I've forgotten who Fonseca has in round 2.
I got you. Tommy Paul.
Ah, yes. That's gonna be interesting. The Møller backhand just sliding wide. So your chance for Fonseca to kind of close this out in straights as soon as possible.
Leonard Tien is on the board.
That's what we love to see.
All right, here we go. Game point, match point situation.
Oh, yeah.
Ghosty, I think we're a bit far from there. I think I was the one who actually made that comment, so.
I wouldn't say so. You also have to factor in the fact that Fritz was very consistent last year on the clay, made runs at every single big event. Apart, he didn't play Monte Carlo Fritz last year, I don't think. But then
Fritz played. I want to say it was Musetti at Monte Carlo. Lost 4-4. Or was it Madrid?
Yeah. Game, set, and match. The Møller backhand goes long. And Fonseca steamrolls his way through. Seemed like it was just no looks on the serve. Fonseca already having that huge kick serve on a hard court is hard enough, and then you take it to a clay court where it bounces even higher, and it's just a bit of a joke. I mean, Brenner, your thoughts?
Yeah, just too much. I also mentioned this is Elmer Muller's 8th match in 9 days. So, to even have a look, you're just going to have to go big. And he just, not that he was uninterested. It's just, it just felt like it was a very, very difficult uphill climb, even from the start. But he got to showcase some awesome ground strokes in returning and put his name on the map, at least.
Yeah, this was definitely an opportunity for him to just put his name in the ring. Yeah, he's obviously been playing a ton this year, and he's bound to run out of steam eventually. But as much as the Møller backhand was, Fonseca was just able to live with it for as long as possible, and it wasn't as devastating as he would have liked it to be today. But Yeah, I mean, great effort from Muller. I mean, you say his 8th match in 9 days. I mean, he's bound to be feeling it in his legs. But, he's made it, he's put his name on the map, as you say, and hopefully this is just the start. Well, it definitely is the start of his career. And, getting these big matches in early, especially on these kind of big courts, is good. It's all good experience. But Fonseca ultimately too good, and the first time probably in Fonseca's career is the more experienced of the two on court.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, perfect conditions for Fonseca, high bouncing, fast clay.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's like kind of a dream scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. Fonseca Paul is an interesting prospect.
Yeah. Well, give
Very
me a
interesting.
sec here.
That meme you were just showing about Beatrice Haddad-Meyer, is that her first win since Australian Open? Or did she get one? Did she get one last week? And did she play Stuttgart last week?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyway.
All right. Tommy Paul, Joao Fonseca. Where should we start? We'll start with Tommy Paul. Played Houston, decided to stay home, did not make the trip to Monte Carlo. He ends up losing to Brooksby in a tight 3-setter. Brooksby goes on to win it all.
I called that, by the way.
Did you?
Brooksby. I actually did. Brooksby beats Paul in 3. I actually said that.
Impressive.
Anyway.
Anyway, Tommy does not play in Munich or Barcelona either. So here we go. We got his first match on, I guess, European clay, we'll say. That Houston clay is it's more like hard true and, plays different, but, altitude, high bouncing. I don't know. I think we should maybe take a look at Tommy's Madrid results over the years. Is this normally the first tournament he plays, I guess, on European clay?
Usually it's his first tournament of the first clay tournament of the year in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Tends to skip Monte Carlo. But yeah, obviously made the semi-finals in Rome last year. Here we go. Got a
last year he lost to Cerundolo in the third round. 23 lost in the second round to Safalin. And then 22 he actually lost in the first round. He played center and he had some match points but didn't convert them. So lost to
Safulin in 23. He's got a sting. I mean, yeah, there are definitely some avoidable losses here. But I mean, it's definitely not his favorite place. I think Tommy does probably. Well, he's had better results in Rome. He's a very good mover around the court. Got that very flat backhand. But yeah, we'll see. Had 3 weeks at home. Kind of, it's going to be tough to adapt straight away. You'd hope that he'd arrived in Madrid with plenty of preparation time, trying to get used to the clay. But if he hasn't, and he hasn't had that much practice time, Fonseca, without taking into the fact of how good of a clay court player he is, would give Paul a run for his money on a hard court, and then Fonseca's clay court ability is maybe, especially here, more, I wouldn't say prestigious, but he has a shot here, a very big shot to take out a big opponent in Paul, and I think he will get it done. I think it will be 3 sets, but I think Fonseca will take out Paul, and it's going to be a bit of a stop-start clay season for Paul. Obviously, has a lot of points to defend in Rome, but this is a slow start for him, I believe, and especially against someone. It's a tough draw first up.
Yeah, I would also agree with that. I think the altitude definitely helps Fonseca a lot more in this situation and hurts Paul in a sense. Paul can be aggressive, especially with that forehand. He flattens it out. But, here, like, you just can't really give Fonseca too much, opportunity from the ground. Tommy's really going to have to try and play with shape to get, Fonseca into, I'd say, just like less attacking positions and kind of grind his way through points in that sense. But yeah, you're just going to need a lot of variety and find ways to frustrate Fonseca because unfortunately this is kind of like a paradise for him. And yeah, I mean, obviously he went home, he went to Rio to do his training block, and now he's got a match under his belt where I didn't think he really found his range, but that comes with more time and more playing. So yeah, I could see 3, but I just think from the ground level, like Fonseca is just gonna overpower Paul a bit.
Yeah, and Toy Paul can. The thing I've always seen about Paul is that for a set of tennis, he can play some, or like for 4 or 5 games, he can play some like untouchable stuff, like so good. But I don't think I've ever seen him sustain that for a full match.
Right.
I mean, this doesn't factor in because it wasn't on the clay, but US Open against Sinner last year was 4-love up against Sinner, and obviously that's like prime. I mean, US Open hardcore Sinner, that's like prime sort of stuff. He was 4-love up in that first set and then lost the first set 7-6. Like, he can play that sort of tennis, but then it sort of like fades away and, it's tough. But I just think Fonseca's got more to him about on the clay surface. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe Paul will show us both up and he'll win in straights. But as long as Fonseca's consistent enough, I think this is going to be Fonseca a battle with himself. If he can, make those neutral balls. He loves it when the ball sits up for him on a clay court. Fonseca could put it away all day, but yeah, if Paul gives him too many neutral rally balls, Fonseca will really pull him around the court, and Paul's got no real combat weapons in that situation. If Fonseca, I wouldn't say that Paul has any bigger weapons than Fonseca does, so it's going to be tough for him.
Right, that's the difficult part, and the athleticism is only going to help him so much on the quicker surface.
That kick serve as well.
Right, right.
I mean, I've
that thing is crazy.
Yeah, three games, and Fonseca maybe out of his like, I don't know, maybe like his 15 serves, he hit like at least like 10 kick serves. Like it's just going so. It's like Shelton's kick serve. It's got so much to it, and it's gonna be such a big weapon trying to deal with that, trying to get up that high, especially for Paul isn't the tallest guy on tour, so it's going to be tough for him to really get up to that height and return with any sort of conviction because, as we said, neutral rally balls are exactly what Fonseca wants.
Spot on.
Excellent. Noskova Swiatek. Would you like to start, or do you want me to start?
Just going to look at a little bit of history there.
Yeah, all I remember was what was it? Was it Miami last year? Oh, sorry, not Miami last year.
No, it was Doha. It was Doha this year where they played, but I don't know about. It's 5-1 is the head-to-head.
Oh yeah, Australian Open when Noskova knocked her out. Yeah, I remember.
They played a lot. They've played a lot in the last year.
Yeah. I remember because it was probably Iga's first night match like in so long, and she lost to Noskova.
Okay.
Because Iga hates the night matches. She hates them. She hates them. If the sun ain't shining, then Iga hates it. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I feel like Noskova holds less of a weapon on the clay. She's obviously still so young, Noskova, but I feel as though that win against Ayala today for Iga was such a big booster in confidence. Just trying to get it done. Doesn't matter, win ugly, but winning ugly's almost the best kind of confidence boost you can get, in a sense. You know, you didn't play your best and your opponent was kind of on it from the start, and you come through that test and, you know, you suddenly have that belief in your game again. So, and obviously Iga's been in I wouldn't say terrible form, but pretty subpar for her standards in the last couple of years. So yeah, great win for her today, and I think this will be more of a routine sort of victory for Iga. Maybe I would say in 2, but yeah, Noskova's gonna have to really bring her A game to push Iga.
Yeah, I mean, you also look like they haven't. Although I don't know where the Billie Jean King Cup would have been indoors in November.
Yeah.
So I mean, they just haven't really played on a surface like this. Unless, I mean, Warsaw was probably clay. I don't know. That was in 2023. So that was their first match where Iga went 1-4. But yeah, I mean, played 5 times, all on hard courts, and you know, Noskova is a very big ball striker, so that obviously helps her out a bit. But yeah, I think the way Iga finished that match today was important. She had to survive like some tight moments, even in that second set. So
yeah,
I mean, felt all the emotions already today. So hopefully that allows her to play a little bit more freely. And you know, we see the old Swiatek come out.
I feel like it's a mental battle for Iga at the moment. She's really struggling with herself on the court, and you know, these sorts of wins are the ones that really fire her up. You see it so many times on tour. Sorry, players are in a rut. There's a slump going on, and you know, there's a player on court that they should beat, and then they struggle through that first set, and you know, it looks a little bleak, and then all of a sudden things start clicking, and then that's such a momentum builder. I know it's against someone that they know they should beat, but you know, all the wins count and they all add up. So yeah, I'm thinking Iga's starting to get the ball rolling again, in a sense.
Yep. I think she should take care of business here. So
absolutely. Break chance for Tien. Quick check on the score.
Well, he did he did not break. It is 1-all on serve. Yeah.
Okay. Waiting for Fernley later.
Yeah. Let's go. It should be an interesting match.
That's a winnable match if I've ever seen one. 100% for Fernley. But we will see. I believe that is everything, unless our producer needs anything else from us. But yes.
Thanks for tuning in, Fergus. Good to see you again.
Okay. I thought I should probably try and hop on as soon as possible. I literally got through the door and was like typing in the code.
All good. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you.
We'll see you very soon.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.